Mark Bader. This is episode 460, and it's the Halloween version. I am Olympian Raygun, the Australian Olympic breakdancer who is phenomenal. But aside from that, we got a great show for today and a great guest. She's all right at wrestling. She's won a couple world titles at different age groups and a couple senior medals. She's a badass, two-time national champion for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Kylie Welker. Kylie, thanks for joining us today. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Just gonna do some sweet jumps and stuff and kicks.
Yeah.
Okay. Congrats on another age group world title. How's it feel?
Thank you. It feels pretty good. I mean, after seniors, I kind of was excited to get back out there and almost have a chance to redeem myself in a way. So, it felt good once I, completed that. I got to run the flag around the mat, which is always one of the best feelings. So, yeah, I'm still kind of I kind of forgot, and then that's oh, that did happen, and we're here. So,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I don't want to speak for you because I don't know, right? Bronze at seniors, how you felt? Was it okay, disappointed, happy, somewhere in the middle? How'd you feel about that first or second of all, I guess?
I guess this year, last year, it was okay, first senior world medal, it felt pretty good. This year is different. It was more I was kind of disappointed. It was I was fully expecting myself to go in there and win a senior world title. And I mean, I was close. The match that I lost, realistically, if I would have wrestled a little smarter, I think in that last 15 seconds, it would have been a different story because the girl that won my bracket, I'd wrestled literally in May and I'd teched her within a minute. So it's what if all this stuff kind of runs through my head? But yeah, I was definitely a little disappointed, and still stings to this day. I'm still kind of a little butthurt about it, but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, I have no doubt you will, and it sounds like you feel the same way, which is great. I want to kind of back up to just thinking of you've been on the international scene, or at least you've been wrestling internationally for quite some time. Do you remember your first international trip, whether it was a competition or training or I don't know, whatever, like a wrestling international trip? What you remember about it? Because years later, it's old hat, right? But the first one, maybe the first couple, it's new. Things are weird. The food might suck, and maybe the bed's tiny. I don't even know where you went or what it was like. But what do you remember of your first international trip, and where was it? And how old were you?
Yeah. Yeah, so my first international trip it was the first year that they either brought it back or did it. It was the schoolgirl slash schoolboy Pan Am. So it was in 2016, and I had one body bar, and they you didn't really get anything for winning at that age. And then they called me a couple months later, and they're you need to go to Chicago, you need to get your passport because we're going to Colombia. And I was it was really cool. My parents took me to get my passport. They had to expedite it, obviously, and do the whole process. And then, yeah, I went to Colombia, and it was probably one of the most one of my favorite trips that I've still been on to this day. Just the group, the energy, the age that we were at. It was so fun. We were in this super fancy resort. Um, I mean, I got bronze at that. I think I was kind of shocked because everybody else won, and I was one of the only people to get bronze on Team USA. So it was a heart-wrenching experience, but also a really good learning moment. And the girls that I were on that trip with, I'm still really good friends with them to this day. And I mean, I'm teammates with Sterling Diaz, and we were on that trip together. We were only 2 weight classes apart at that point. So obviously that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, man, that sounds really fun. And that's cool that you're on a trip with probably girls you didn't know very well, but you all got to go together and form this friendship and bond, and you're all friends to today. So hats off to you guys.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe let's fast forward to maybe the world championships, wrestling in your, I think, U20s or juniors, whatever they called it back then. What I'm trying to get at is going to an international tournament and not knowing foreign feels, right? People wrestle a little bit differently, different styles, understanding that and kind of where you fit within all that. And then maybe at some point the confidence to be yo, I fit way up near the top and getting to that belief.
Yeah, I think I mean, I was having a conversation with Coach Gary after the tournament, and he asked like, what was my biggest takeaway like after U23s after it was all said and done, and I was like, I said something about just like technical, and then I was like, you know what though, like I think I got my process down. Like I think I'm finally figuring it out. You go my first world championships, it was cadets. And then you go juniors and I won that one. And then it's like, okay, now we're going into U23s and it's a little different. Like the competition's a bit harder. And then seniors is on that whole different level. And finally, like I think this year I really feel like, okay, I've been here. I know what this is gonna be like. I know what the arena is gonna feel like. Like I know the feel I'm gonna get. It's just like I gotta go out there and not get in my own way at this point. So I think I've definitely gotten my process down and I feel comfortable and almost like I'm not gonna call myself a vet because I'm still very young and I'm still have a lot of learning and a lot of growing to do, but I've been to I want to say like 6 or 7 world championships. So, like at this point I'm like, okay, I feel confident in the fact that I know what to expect.
And when you say I got my process down, is it just everything you said? Like I have a deep understanding on how this is all going to be and I'm going to feel, or is there something to your process about how you physically or mentally prepare?
I think a little bit of both. I think like leading up to the competition, it's always gonna look a little different. Like it's always gonna what time of year it is. Like right now I'm in college, so every time that I, compete on the World Series, I have a whole nother um scene to like incorporate into my training and everything. But just the fact of like, I know how to get myself ready before my match. I know what I want to eat. I know um, what music I'm going to listen to in what order. I know, like what I need to tell my coach and like, I know, like, I just know what I need at this point. And that's definitely like one of the hardest things that I've had to, figure out and overcome over the last, you know, couple of years, like compared to my first world championships to this one, it's like night and day difference in my eyes.
What would you tell yourself, that 17-year-old, 16-year-old girl who was at cadets? I'm trying to. What have you learned that, man? It took me all these years to learn it, and I wish I could tell that girl. Or um, I'm just trying. What I'm trying to get to is like, where do you like to be before a match? Not physically, like in the corner or off to the side, but like, um, do you like to be super revved up with your heart pumping? Do you like to be sitting on the bleachers and do nothing? Somewhere in between, right? Like how
Mm.
physical level of arousal, right? Is it way up? Is it way down? Is it calm? Is it where you at?
Yeah, I mean, I like to be a little almost like I'm grinding my teeth. Like I'm ready to go out there and like this sounds bad, but like one of the things that I tell myself prior to stepping on the mat is like I'm going to make this girl like, I'm going to punish this girl for even thinking that she's in the same league as me. Like, I'm going to go out there and make her wish that she never stepped on a mat with me, which like sounds mean. And like, I do get very aggressive and like, I gotta get myself there because like if I'm just like lax and I'm like, okay, whatever, like I'm gonna go out there and do like it just isn't the same. I've tried both. I've tried, my coach Chun, one of the biggest things that I've worked on since coming to Iowa is that pre-process match. And she timed me one year at World Team Trials. I was pacing back and forth for over 45 minutes. And like you can't get amped and you can't be mentally there for 45 minutes.
Mm-mm.
So she's like, you need to sit down and you need to figure out, like how many matches and how many minutes prior to that you absolutely need. Like we don't need you pacing for more than, you know, even like 5 minutes prior to. So it's like just figuring that out alone has been really helpful. Like, I listen to music, I get my heart rate up a little bit, and then I'll start like my pacing, like either a match before or like even like the last period. It just like it's hard to gauge it though, because like sometimes you have like a really fast match, or sometimes you have
Mm-hmm.
a medal ceremony in between. Like it just really depends. So just learning kind of how to time everything and know where you're at mentally and physically, I guess, has been one of the best things that I've definitely learned.
Yeah, that's great. Very insightful. And I love how you're like, I'm gonna kick her ass for even thinking she belongs here with me. Like, cause Kylie Welks is the nicest girl. She's one of the nicest girls around. And to know that there's this like psycho inside, and I said that endearingly, right? Like
Yeah.
somebody who's just like flips the switch and it's like, that's not the same girl I know off the mat, but on the mat, she's a killer. So kudos to
Yeah.
you. Okay, this World Championships, U23s. You said you went to seniors and kind of thought you were going to win, and it didn't work out. You come to U23s. Is it like I am taking home the gold and that's it?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was like watching film and just like knowing my preparation and knowing the way that I performed on Senior World. It's like there should be nobody in this bracket that can even hang with me. Like there's no doubt in my mind that, I'm the best in the world and I just have to show up. Like genuinely I have to like not beat myself. And that was honestly the hardest part. Um yeah, I wasn't really expecting or accepting anything less than gold at the U23s, to be honest.
Okay, and I want to pull up. I want to watch this gold medal match with you. But just like what we were just talking about, Greg, if you want to slide that over, where were you at before the match? Was it right where you said you wanted to be? With your heart rate and grinding your teeth and all those things.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point I was like, I don't know. Like some of the matches I was like really amped up and then some of them I had kind of like forced myself to get there. I think with this one I didn't really like flip the switch until like honestly as I was walking out there. Like sometimes it takes me a second, but I can flip that switch and then it's like I'm locked in.
As long as as switch gets flipped before the first whistle, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we could turn it down just a little bit, Greg. So, did you know anything about this girl, and what did you feel as soon as you got your hands on her?
I watched her a couple times. I've watched her wrestle. I think I watched a match against like Yelena. She wrestled her at a ranking tournament. So I watched that match and I watched a couple of her matches prior to. I knew that she was just kind of very like typical international style. She's kind of gonna go out there and just try to hold ground.
That was beautiful.
All.
That was awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I knew she had like sometimes she hits like this arm spin, which you'll see she kind of attempts on me at one point, but I was like the only way that she's gonna hit an arm spin on me is if like I totally lose my balance. So I wasn't like too worried about that. But yeah, I didn't know too much about the girl besides just the film that I watched.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what is it? Is that the third takedown already? 6-0? You gotta be feeling good. Or is that 4? I can't see.
I think it's 6, yeah.
But you're just, I'm cruising. Yeah?
Yeah, no, I felt pretty good. Like once I got my hands on her, I was like, okay, like this is like I feel good. Like sometimes I get my hands on them, I'm like, oh crap. But no, I got my hands on her. I was moving her really well. I was like, all right, this is nice. I feel good. I was kind of just letting it fly.
Separate question. Do you feel like a lot of times as soon as you get your hands on somebody, you're like, you kind of said like, okay, this is gonna go good, or oh god, here's a dogfight. Can you feel that pretty quickly?
Yeah, I kind of know. Yeah, within the first like 5-10 seconds for sure. Like I can get my hands on somebody and just feel the way that they feel and like their strength, and it's like, all right, like I just know, like, see, like she tried arm spinning me there because that's how she always gets it off of like go behinds, but I was like, oh, not today. And then at this point, I remember thinking, I was like, all right, Kylie, I literally told myself, all right, just one turn, just like gut wrench her, please.
Boom.
Yeah, that felt good.
Compare that to winning juniors. The feeling.
Juniors was exciting. I mean, juniors, like, that was the first one, the first time, like, that was electric, honestly, like winning my first ever world title.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. All right. Man, so now, Kylie, I don't get, you're crazy because seniors, juniors, okay. Most people be like, or not juniors, excuse me, seniors and then U23s, and most people be like, okay, time for a break. And you're like, nope, let me just ramp right into college. Like, are you going to do a modified schedule?
Yeah.
Are you just going right back to training and you're just going to compete a full slate during? I mean, I know there's a gap maybe more so in the college than there is on the senior level, but still grinding and training and all that's that. Is there? What are you going to do? Are you going to take a break? You're just going to keep going? You're going to?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take a little break. I got some things that I think I just need to like heal up. Like my wrist has been taped for the last like year, so I'm like, all right, we're gonna heal that up. We're gonna do a couple of things just to get my body feeling ready, and then I'll turn around and compete again, and finish out the college season, and then right into the whole thing all over again. So, yeah, I'm gonna take some time off here right now, which I was already telling Nanea today in the car. We went and got breakfast. I was like, man, like I'm already itching to get back. Like, I need to get on the mat. And she's like, you need to sit down. I was like, whatever.
Well, it's crazy because you are a veteran, but you're young, right? So it's like, and I talked to a lot of people, right? And the ones that are older in their careers, in their later 20s and their even 30s, they're like recovery, slow down, it's all like about making your body feel good. And so, if my piece of advice is like, listen to them. I know you don't want to take a break, Kylie, but sit down.
No, I
Kick your feet up for a
am
second.
gonna sit down. I will be forcing myself to take a seat. And like, as much as it's gonna be hard to not really, like, we have a home duel this weekend and I have to sit on a bench. I'm like, not a bench rider.
Especially when you have a couple home duels.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's hard to watch. It's hard to sit back. I mean, simply, like, if it wasn't college season, like, if it was just like, okay, Bill Farrell, like, just some opens, like, just some, like, other, like, senior stuff, I'd be like, okay, like, I don't need to do these. But since it's college, it's like, that's my fun time. Like, that's when I get to, just like kind of let it all out there, let it fly, and have fun with my teammates while I do it. So I think that's like going to be the hardest part about taking time off, is just feeling like a little bit of FOMO when I see my teammates, traveling to tournaments, and I have to like be here in Iowa City. I'll probably like drive myself there just so I'm not like left out.
Yeah, I love it. Well, and that's a great segue because I wanted to talk about Hawkeyes, right? The first season with Iowa Women's Wrestling. Three episode series, and it's all out as of today.
Mm-hmm.
So we're filming with you guys for a season, right? Was it just like normal the whole time, or when we got cameras following you guys and just kind of, was it ever like, geez, guys, like, not that you're annoyed with us, but having cameras follow you everywhere can probably be sometimes burdensome or annoying, or did you get used to it? Was it ever kind of like, give me some space, or the process of just having somebody follow you around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely like different, right? Like, we go from, like, the publicity in women's wrestling, like, it hasn't always been this good. Like, we haven't always gotten the attention that I think we deserve. So to go from that to this was like super cool. There was times where I was like, you know, I mean, if you watch the series, you know that we're obnoxious. We are a lot. Our energy's high, and people don't like us already just because we have that Hawkeye on our singlet. Like, like the other teams, like, we'll walk into a building and it's just like you can just feel their energy. It's like, okay, they don't want us to be here. So then you add the cameras on top of it, and it's like, okay, so not only are we obnoxious as it is, and do we have like a whole paparazzi now? So it's like we're just like adding to the fact that people don't like us. But after a while, it's like, okay, people aren't gonna like us regardless. So I guess let's get this on film.
You know what? I felt that. And I wasn't even part of the team, but I was, I guess, that paparazzi or that entourage or whatever. And we're walking in with you with the cameras. And I could see the other teams, like, not like you, or,
just breaking their necks. Yeah.
And then I'm like, God, and here we are, cameras, just like, it's a big thing, right? You can't, there's no two ways about it. So, but it was amazing. It was so amazing. And the way it ended was phenomenal. I do have a clip here. I know you haven't watched the last episode yet, but I'll set this up real quickly. I know you know the thing, and I think it kind of gets explained. But essentially, the net is not NCAA yet. It was NCWWC. The national championships comes down to the two best teams, the two best wrestlers on those teams, who happen to be the two best wrestlers in the tournament anyway, with the team title on the line. Of course, you're one, and Yelena McCoy is the other. And you guys have wrestled a ton. It's gone back and forth. So I just want to maybe roll this clip, and then we'll get your take on it.
Heading into the finals, I had Yelena standing on the other side of me. Right before Kylie's match, I'm looking at the score, and I'm like, oh my God, like, literally, if Yelena wins, they win. If Kylie wins, we win. It's like, this is like such like a movie right now.
You're very fortunate when you have someone like a Kylie Welker that is tasked with that duty. Because first of all, the moment's not too big for her. She's bigger than that moment. That's a really big moment. You put everything on the line for both yourself and the team, and if you were gonna put that on someone's shoulders, she is a great choice.
When it came down to Kylie's match, I was like, Kylie's gonna win. Kylie's gonna go out there and do what she has to do, not just for the team, but because that is just who Kylie Welker is.
Heading into nationals for the finals, my confidence in Kylie was unwavering. There was no doubt in my mind whatsoever that she was going to be able to win. You can never count Elena out. She's one of the best wrestlers in the whole country. But I also knew that Kylie sets goals, and it takes something really huge to knock Kylie off of her goal.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, yes, good job. That's it. Those efforts are going to translate. Keep working. That's it. Your pace. Good. Yes, yes, yes. Drive, drive, drive. Yes. Yes, you got it. Crank it up. Head down. Keep that head down.
Whistle blew, and I remember I got a really nice takedown right off the bat. I almost pinned her right then, and then I think I lost control. But I was like, oh, okay, like, we're doing all right. Like, this is cool.
Hop, hop, hop. Drive, drive, drive. Bump your hips. Bump your hips.
I ended up getting her in a throw. We ended up in another pinning position, and I didn't get the pin there either.
Keep moving. Hips, 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 hips. Yeah, fight. Down off the load. Go. Down off the load. Hey, down off the load. No, 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 no.
I think I hit her one more time with a cleaner throw on the edge towards the end of the match, and I ended up winning the match, so. It was insane. The crowd went wild. Like, I didn't realize that I also had solidified the team title as well, so everyone was going insane, and North Central was kind of just sitting there, and I was like,
This is being the leader of your program. This is what it looks like right here. Great job.
It was a really cool moment, and I was just overwhelmed with emotions and joy, and my coach texted me from home. He's like, I haven't seen you smile that big in a while. I was like, yeah, it felt good.
You know, one thing I was just watching your face on the screen right now, and the biggest smile you had during that whole thing is when it cut to your teammates going crazy.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite memories I think I have to this day. Was that moment when they kind of just swarmed me. I was like, what is going on?
Mhm. What do you think I mean, there's obviously a lot of attention on you in this series, right? For a lot of reasons with everything you've done in the sport, and your leadership is great. Your personal side, it's a really, you know, it's a story, right? It's a really good story. No matter, you know, what the story is. Sharing a lot about yourself, sharing a lot about struggles with your family, having a lot of attention from Flo and everything else. Do you like it? You dislike it? You whatever, but I'm good to handle it. Like, you know, it is quite a bit probably.
Yeah, I mean it definitely is. I think like I don't mind it really. I mean if I did mind it, I'd probably would have turned down a lot of the things that you guys were asking, right, during that series. But I feel like I'm always pretty open-minded. And if there's an opportunity to be able to showcase, you know, just our team and our program and my story and just have an opportunity to, you know, kind of push women's wrestling forward, like I'm gonna do what it takes. So I think that's kind of my mindset with all of this. And it is like a little vulnerable. Like there's some moments in there where it's like, you know, talking about my family and like just the things that I went through. Like there are moments where I'm like, this I don't like people seeing this side of me. But I think like it just makes a story a lot. Like you said, it's a story, and you know, it's cool to be able to see my story be told.
Yeah. You know your story better than anybody. You lived it. It is your life. We come and do our best to kind of tell it, right? Like, seeing it from the other side, somebody else tell it. Like, you think they got it right, it was accurate, or it was okay, or it was weird to watch? Like, just, I'm curious.
I feel like you guys did a good job. I definitely like it makes me emotional like watching it back just because that was a very hard time that I had to go through. So having to watch it back is like dang, like man. But I think like there is so much of my story that still is like untold. Like there is more to me than even what's showcased and like things that were happening in my life. Like it happened, like this series happened however many years later. And it's like, when that happened to me, I was just a kid. I was like 13, 14 years old. So just to be able to showcase like a little bit of it and see that, like everything that happened then and I'm still coming out of it on the other side, I think is really special.
Is there anything that this series helped you with? And maybe it's being vulnerable or I don't know. Anything you're like, man, or helped you realize either about yourself or somebody else or your team?
I think one of the biggest things for me is watching Lily's story. There's so many things about each other that we're so close, but yet we still don't know. Like, like that's not table conversation. We're not going to talk about, how our brother died or how my parents got divorced or how I had to do this or, like even Bella's situation. Like, there's just so many things that we don't know about each other. So, being able to watch Lily's story kind of unfold really was like it was heart-wrenching, right? And it just gave me a different sense of respect for her. And yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things watching the series back was just being able to understand her and her story a little bit better.
Man, her story. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And the way, Simone's the editor, the way she did it, and probably if you watch that and don't cry or at least get a little choked up, maybe there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And a spoiler, her brother was in an ATV accident and passed. But there's the one picture. It's black and white, and he's in the hospital, and she's like hugging him while he's in the bed. It's just like, wow, really. Yeah. Really crazy stuff. And you make a good point because I'm in this building here and I work with all these people and I know them but everybody's got something going on that you don't know about and you never really, it's not table conversation. Like you said, you're not gonna be like, oh, wow, this traumatic thing happened. So I'm glad that you guys maybe got to know each other a little bit more through this in ways that you don't typically sit there and ask those crazy questions.
Yeah, for sure.
So, have you watched the first 2 episodes?
Yeah, I watched the first one, I think. Well, I watched it a couple times, right? I watched it at the Academy and then at Who's Number One. And then I watched the second one when I was over in Serbia.
Oh, nice.
I think I was just chilling in my hotel room. It was the night before I wrestled and I just like was watching it and I was like grinning. I was like, this is so cool.
Is it fun? Especially when you know what like this exciting thing's gonna happen. We're gonna win. And did you watch it alone?
No, it still is. It's still fun. I did when I was in Serbia, right? Because I think Bree was working out and she was my roommate, so I like didn't really have anyone else to watch it with. But I think I'm gonna watch the last episode with I don't know who yet, but maybe I'll force my boyfriend to watch it. We'll see.
Okay, perfect. Maybe another segue. So I hear you're dating Austin Gomez?
Austin Gomez. Oh jeez.
But it's not the wrestler.
Not that wrestler. He does wrestle.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he wrestles and he plays baseball. So.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. Same name.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes, sometimes, and like from the same area too. Like they're both from like the suburbs of Chicago. I'm just like, this is just so close to home.
Okay. Maybe one more update. And I know she laughed or whatever when we posted that thing today, but Ella, okay, just a total goofball, as like silly as they come, and like talking into the mic about my boys, I might have a boyfriend. Does Ella have a boyfriend? Can we get an update?
She does have a boyfriend now. She does.
It's not the guy from
I feel like
the shoe store.
It is definitely not the guy. Yeah, no. Her boyfriend He's cool. He's a wrestler. I don't know if I'm allowed to like share. I feel like it'd be fine because she posts him on social media, but she's dating Aiden Riggins from Iowa State, so that's just funny in itself.
Okay. Well, we got relationship updates. We got gold medal updates. We kind of got it all going on in this show. So, cool. Well, next time we'll see you wrestling in a singlet. I assume it'll be a Hawkeye. Do you have an idea of when that might be?
Not too sure. I know for sure like I'll be back before national duels, like 100%. So, could be the first time, could not be. I don't really know yet. So I guess we'll see.
Okay, so maybe 2026 for a return.
I guess. Maybe we'll see.
I mean, we only got, and time's fine. We've got 60 days or something like that. We're done with this year. So remember, sit down, put your feet up.
I'm sitting.
Breathe.
Sitting.
You know what I mean? Well, excellent. Kylie, I really appreciate you coming on here and talking through the worlds, talking through the series, talking through your friends. I do believe you're going to win the senior world title too, and that's coming, forthcoming, in my opinion, and yours as well. So excited for that day, and really just excited to continue to see you roll. Yeah. Anything else you got for us before we let you move on and get back to all the school stuff you're behind on?
No, seriously. I don't think so. I mean, I feel like we talked about a lot. I don't really have anything to add.
All right. Well, Kylie, I appreciate your time as always. My daughter Bella says hello. Huge fan.
Aw.
And
so
and that's
cute.
that. I'll let you move on. Let you have a great day. And thanks so much for joining us, Kylie. Congrats on another world title.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You bet. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, folks, and that's going to do it. Kylie Welker just won another world title. No big deal. But also the main character in the Hawkeyes series, the first season with Iowa Women's Wrestling. Complete series is available now on FloWrestling for free. And that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We'll see you next time.